but shine. You know I'm gonna get it every time. Champion, wearing the crown. I can see my name in lights, spark from the heart and it shines so bright. Yeah, so let the whole world know. Let's go, let's go, let's go. Let's go, let's go.
Let's go. And we are live, and you are talking to the first member of the C3 Panthers podcast to be Twitter blue check verified. I earned it. I don't care what any of you jokers say, but you have joined us tonight for the Madden simulation to see what Madden thinks the Carolina Panthers are going to be doing as the Falcons come to town on a Thursday night primetime Amazon Prime Video outing. And we're going to see whether PJ Walker has what it takes to show up and show out on prime time. I'm joined here tonight by the one and only, the professor, the man, the myth, the legend, Tony Dunn. How you doing, man?
I am excited to be here simulating a blackout game, a game that some of us have joked should just be blacked out, period. Yuck. The NFC South has been a mess. The Panthers are a mess. But strangely, we're addicted. Maybe we are masochists and we're just addicted to pain. But you brought up a couple of cool things. Primetime game, the only one of the season. And you know what? NFL got it right.
Why are you talking like that? Why aren't you talking to me like you did before you got on the camera?
What do you mean?
Like you just...
How was I supposed to say? All right,
just
can I go again?
Yeah.
Hello, CK.
Hello, CK.
Oh, I thought that's what I did. I thought that's what so
Anyway,
funny, was it? So
anyway,
good.
guys,
You guys got to
let's throw
tune
back to
into the
Tuesday.
back end of the C3 Panthers podcast and watch Dion just humiliate people. But look, one is CK. Look. We've been on the YouTube streets from the beginning. The podcast is like I went live when it was Google Hangouts.
Yeah.
Before, like, it was straight through YouTube, before you could live stream on your phone, all of this. I've always been interested in the democratization of the internet and how this gives people like us a voice.
Right.
So when you bring the blue check thing up, that, automatically piques my interest. But to me, I'm a lover of streaming services, and the Amazon Prime game, I love it. But I'm also a person who gets all of my TV, all of my services through the internet. And I love Amazon, whether you like Jeff Bezos or these I would say he's less bizarre than Elon
Right.
at this point, even though he had a giant penis-shaped rocket that took him into almost space.
There's a certain level of insanity you have to be that successful, and that, like, it's just there is a what do they say? They say that there is a gene that they can link to psychopaths, and the majority of CEOs in America
Are psychopaths?
have that gene. And so there's a weird correlation between success and absolute insanity.
Who's the guy
and
that
that's a
played
fine
the Dark
line.
Knight?
The Dark, are you talking about Christian Bale?
Yeah, remember
Yeah.
he did American Psycho, so it's like
Mhm.
you have to like have your business card like crazy to
Yes.
be. But you're right, and then on top of that, you have to have that gene to become that person, and then when you become a bazillionaire, it just probably feeds into that gene. But
Sure.
I'm interested in the Amazon Prime Thursday night. I think it's going to be a great thing. I'm
Right.
kind of interested. I hope Bezos buys the Commanders. And
I hope
what
Matthew
that would
McConaughey
do.
buys it, to be quite honest with you. I feel like that would
Man,
be.
if I have to watch a Buick commercial on that game. Oh god.
Does he do Buick? I thought it was Lexus.
No, it's Buick. I think it's Buick. Someone looked that
man.
up in the chat, and he's
It
like,
might not even be Lexus.
and it's just these like crazy commercials where we watch him like chew gum. It's like weird, but anyway, no, I'm excited about a blackout game. We finally get the black on black on black. The question is, for me, has always been, is the black on black unis where we've only had the black tops and the black pants. Is that bad luck for the Panthers? They have not had good success with them. And Lincoln, thank you. It's Lincoln.
I knew it. Yeah, there it
Yeah.
was. I knew it was the L.
Which
I
is
just couldn't
like a
remember.
Buick.
Yeah, sure.
But no, probably not. I wonder if they're probably made. Like, I wonder if they're made by the same. Anyway,
But we are here to watch.
Anyway, my whole point is this: will the black hat? We will find out tonight if the black hat is the thing between good luck and bad luck.
Well, we'll find out if Madden believes it's the belief of or believers in the curse of the all black uniforms. I tell you what, it's gonna look slick. It's gonna be looking nice. I'm just hoping that they don't look good while getting destroyed, because then that is going to cement that we do not wear that uniform ever again. And
I won't go that far, but yeah, it will
sure.
definitely lend to the superstition part.
So, but we're going to be watching this. We're going to do, I've got everything as close to reality, at least on a couple of parts. I still cannot remove Matt Rule. Tried it. I can't find a setting. I can't find it anywhere. There is no option. You guys are going to have to deal with Rat Mule being there. As the legacy on the sideline there, helping
ghost of Matt Mule,
Rat Mule, so I do have that. I have the weather accurate. Hopefully, I've got it set to rain, which tells me, by the way, guys, if you got any overs on the run game, you might be hitting on those. The passing may not be at the forefront of this game. Anyway, yeah, we're gonna go ahead and pull this up here. And
how is I feel like the Madden Sims, we talked about how kind of wild they are with the timeouts and the clock management, but they actually are pretty solid where at least they've forecasted a lot. Maybe it's just coincidence. I mean, it is coincidental, right. But like they're like, what are we? This is game 8 for us.
9.
9.
Yeah, this will be game because we haven't had a bye week.
Are they 7-2 in the sim?
So I think they're closer to. Well, it would be they're 2-6 right now as a team.
No, our team. I'm talking about the simulation predicting.
Right. So it would be. I think they're close to half. They had us.
I thought it was better.
Yeah, they had us losing last week. They had us winning against the Falcons, so it was wrong there. And they had us winning against the Bucks. I think they're off by about 3. I think they're 4. I think they're it might be 3-3 or 4-2 but I think
it's 4-2. I think it's 4-2 at least.
So
let's
pretty
just
accurate.
Say
pretty accurate in regard to what our team has been. So but we'll go ahead and advance this bad boy forward here, and this is just a simulation, guys. This is not the real thing. I know you guys are looking here and saying, is this real? It is not real. This is not Thursday night.
Well, it is Wednesday night, and we are really here, though.
We are. I know we're normally here on Saturday evenings, guys. I don't know what you guys are going to do for your weekend, not having any C3 content to absorb. It's going to be sort of like a bye week for us.
Kind of. I mean, except for we putting in the work Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, every day in a row. Now we killing it right now. Oh, by the way, if you guys are checking us out, we just got wrapped up the beat check. We had the Athletics, Joe Person on. Got some cool insight, potentially. Look, Baker Mayfield, maybe. I mean, some stuff going on. It was fun. So now we're ready to watch this game. And hopefully it's fun. Oh, look, it's raining. Oh, here, first thing. You know what? To watch tomorrow night, they're going to have black end zones.
Yes. And they actually look pretty fire, too.
Can I be Charles Davis?
Yeah, sure.
All right.
Go ahead.
No blackface for me, though, sir. Don't try to con me into making that mistake. I think someone brought up in the show last night, CK, is that it's a blackout. Well, we brought up it's a blackout, but wouldn't it be awesome if everybody had blue glow sticks?
That would. I think that these are things, and I was talking about it with. It might have been on Tuesday night. I think that even stuff like that might be out of the realm of something that they're allowed to do.
Really? Safety issues? What, are people going to eat it?
Not necessarily that. I guess it could also be sort of like pumping crowd noise into, wow, this is a horrendous kick.
The weather is helping us.
Yeah. But I wonder if it has something similar to do with like pumping crowd noise in when you're not supposed to. I wonder if it gives
It's
them
like
unfair
too much, like
advantage
a
in their
visual
mind.
distraction, maybe.
Right.
In that case.
That's the thought. I think that could be a part of it. I don't know. These are just speculations
Could we
on my
do
part.
maybe like the version of what is it where everybody does like this crazy dance together randomly? What is it like where they do those like all of a sudden people meet somewhere and they do some planned dance?
The flash mob.
Yeah. What if we created like an app where we had all Panther fans, a third party that did this, and it was like we're gonna make it flash blue at a certain time. And everybody held their phones up. Maybe we can influence the game that way.
That would be a bit of an expenditure for an app that would have to be free for everybody to use it.
An app. I'm sure we got a developer in the chat that can make an app that just makes your phone put a blue flashlight on.
Yeah, so you have to keep in mind you have to pay on certain aspects of putting it on the on an app store and all that stuff. But PJ
way to
Walker
ruin my dreams, just like the Carolina Panthers have ruined my hopes and dreams this year. We're
PJ
throwing
Walker
the ball a lot already. Who's this?
finds Chuba Hubbard across the middle, who
Which
should
will
be
he
active.
be? Yeah, I mean, he practiced today.
Yeah, he should be active. I think they're going to lean heavily on him on a short week. I think it's going to be that's the benefit that having half the game played by PJ Walker last week. I think he could have an advantage coming into this week with that being the case. Chuba takes the first run of the game here. Or no, I think they ran on the first play, but he gets 2 rushes now. That's 9 yards on the game so far. That's a nice 6-yard gainer on first down, which is something that we like to see, and we hope they can continue to push that ball down the field. Obviously.
Do you think if Chuba comes back, like, he had a lot of the carries before in that Rams game, I feel like. Is that where he got hurt? Where did we see?
Dude, I couldn't tell you. The Rams game, you got to keep in mind, that was we still had Christian McCaffrey. So I don't know that we saw a heavy. Yeah.
Oh, you're right. So I guess my question to you, though, is Chuba coming back, does he supplant Dante Foreman? I can't believe it.
I can't see him supplanting them, but you got to keep in mind when we won the Tampa Bay game is when he got hurt, I think. And he had a big game.
PJ going deep.
And the pass interference.
What?
That's going to be a pass interference.
Little weak flag there. We'll take it.
Yeah, we're going to take that, and they're going to be putting us down on the 7-yard line.
Raining heavily in Charlotte.
I need to clean that lens. There we go. Got it all squared away here. But that's going to be a nice drive so far at the hands of a pretty costly penalty there by the Falcons. That was a offensive pass interference. It gives us the ball at the 7-yard line, and PJ and Chuba in the backfield. Your question about Chuba, I think that they're going to give him an opportunity. I think this week is going to be a big part of his opportunity, and I think it has more to do with the fact that it is a short week, as I mentioned a minute ago.
Ian Thomas doing Ian Thomas things there, catching the ball and falling down.
Falling down backwards. And
backwards. Can I pull Cody Lashney real quick? Welcome to the podcast, C-Dog, Tim Estes, V the G, Matt 9, and Brady Mac MC. Thank you guys and more. Go ahead and smash the thumbs up button. Here's what we're going to talk about now, right after this play. Touchdown.
And that's Terrace Marshall Jr.
Ooh.
His second
career
touchdown in the NFL.
That's right. He got his first last week.
It's really interesting to see the depth chart and see him as our number 2 wide receiver. He has supplanted Shi Smith, Chenault, and it's what
Didn't
you love.
Shi start last week though?
I don't know that he started. I think that I know in the Atlanta game was that Terrace was starting that one.
Right. I know it's a great point you raise. Is like, how is Terrace? Well, first is Robbie Anderson is no longer here.
Sure,
that's one factor.
Shi has been a pretty extreme disappointment as well.
Yeah, and is that maybe now that Matt Rule's gone, there's been some question marks about if Terrace Marshall was a Joe Brady Fitterer pick rather than a Matt Rule, and Matt Rule bludgeoned people into his opinions. But all of a sudden, Terrace Marshall Jr. is playing a lot. So that's an interesting point there, is whether or not it is real or not. It's the truth. It's a fact of the matter. The other thing, CK, we talked about this with Joe Person on the beat check. Is Baker Mayfield upset about not starting in this game? PJ Walker in this simulation's come out and led us to a touchdown drive. He has had a good game against Atlanta 2 weeks ago. Steve Wilkes referenced that as the reason why he's starting. But Baker Mayfield had a good half against the Cincinnati Bengals, whether you want to say it's dumpster time or not. And look, it seems like from what Joe Person was telling us is like Baker Mayfield can't help but be a little upset that he's not the guy taking the snaps this week.
I think we talked about it, and I think it's a fair thing to be frustrated. It's a fair, I mean, to say he wasn't frustrated when he got benched, right? And you could say he lost it to injury, but the reality is, if he were playing anywhere decent, that this would not be a job given to PJ. As Kyle Pitts and he just gets tripped up with the most.
Who got him?
Dante Jackson.
Oh, thank goodness.
Yeah, that was a 28-yard reception. Great start for the Atlanta Falcons, taking that across midfield. But as far as by the way, for a couple of people asking in the chat, so they didn't get the weather right. I actually chose all of these settings. I tried to get our uniforms as close to the what we're going to be seeing tomorrow night as I possibly could. I didn't bother with the Falcons because who gives a shit?
Yeah.
I'm just kidding.
Don't kid.
So,
that's an honest statement.
So, but we're as of right now, I think that he has a gripe. The problem is if we're going to be real about the circumstances surrounding it, and I talked about this Tuesday or last night, Baker had an opportunity for essentially 6 weeks, 5 weeks, give or take.
Yep.
To prove that the guy, and he didn't show, but maybe a drive or two that he could be a guy, right? It was so much so bad in the great catch, by the way.
Who is it? Is it Drake? Is that London Drake?
Yeah, that's gonna be Drake. And that's
what a great name, by the way, London Drake.
Sure.
London Drake is falling down.
That might not be Drake. I think 5 is Drake.
Who is it? It's not Drake. Who is this guy? Show us your jersey.
Yeah, it's London. It's London. Yeah.
Okay. Wow. Man, he's really bust onto the scene as a rookie, though. Imagine if he was with a quarterback that could throw the ball and,
that wasn't just run first.
Yeah. He's been incredible. But you're right, as Baker did not win it. He's living off his past resume, and that resume had some question marks around it. To some people.
Ooh, nice.
Yeah.
Brian Burns, not the king of almost there. He's able to get a sack, bringing him down at the 12-yard line, bringing up a second and goal.
It's Drake London. I got it backwards. I
Sam
like
Darnold's
London
over here
Drake
dancing.
better.
Did you see that Sam Darnold dance? It was interesting.
No, that's awesome.
Yeah.
Drake London is not falling down. He's catching big-ass passes. Guys, we're close to 5,000 subscribers on YouTube.
Yes.
Which is crazy. But I think I'm going to buy a Brian Burns jersey since we didn't trade him. And when we get to 5,300 subscribers, give it away to one of our subs.
Easy. Oh, what?
Oh, he had that. Yeah. Way to cut back right into Shaq.
Shaq Thompson. What a play by Madden's apparent
Thank you, Madden.
Marcus Mariota. Well, to be fair, he did. Madden has done this a lot to Christian McCaffrey and to PJ Walker. So I'm not mad at that decision. Yeah.
Who gave Sam booze before the game? I did.
Wow. Nice play by Shaq Thompson, knocking that ball away. It was a pass intended for Kyle Pitts. Brings up 4th down. This defense was giving up chunk after chunk there, and they were able to stop him at the end.
Look at that guy. Look at that guy. Can we talk about Shaq Thompson for a moment?
We can.
The only Panther player that I've bought. Well, actually, I've bought 2 Panther jerseys. One was bought for me. My wife bought it for me as a gift before they ever played a Panther snap. And that was Cam Newton's, right? So Miranda gave me Cam Newton's jersey as a gift. Never played. Great. Turned out wonderful. My favorite player. Him and Julius Peppers. But I bought Shaq Thompson's jersey before he ever played snap. Now, granted, it was a China jersey. I bought it off of Alibaba, but hey, I still bought it.
Listen, you're repping it. You're, as of now,
you're committing as a fan to like investing. I still wear it, but I think even regular fans are like not even interested in Shaq anymore.
Well, the thing is right now it's tough to buy a jersey at full price anymore. Like, especially with anybody on this team.
What are they right now? 140 probably?
Yeah, I mean, and so the reason it's not just a matter of the price, it's a matter of the price, and we don't know who's going to be on this team next year, right? So if we were to get a guy like a franchise guy that we know is the guy moving forward, like it's a safe bet. Like a Cam Newton was a safe bet. It felt like my McCaffrey jersey was a safe bet, right?
He was until he got. Man, he is actually. I mean, at least he was good.
Yeah, I mean, he's still pretty high on the all-time receiving and rushing yards. Almost intercepted.
Ooh, that should have been a pick.
Great defense by Terrace Marshall Jr. there to stop that pick.
No kidding. Who was PJ throwing to? Wrong team. Oh, wait. He does that.
Yeah, unfortunately, we saw that a lot.
But you're right.
Week.
Is that I just thought? Look, is that Shaq Thompson and Cody Lashney, since he's a little baby boy? Look, my little baby brother probably had to get in bed early. You know how he talks about Isaiah Simmons being the multi-tool player?
Yeah,
and like great. You know, that's how Dave Gettleman sold us Shaq Thompson.
Yeah,
is that crazy athlete, multi-tool player, can do everything, and really, it looked like it at first.
Well, I think it was always. I think he was always meant to be the heir apparent to Thomas Davis. Wow!
And then he lasted too long. Thomas Davis. Oh, there we go. PJ
unfumbled again.
Oh, damn it!
He did that last week as well.
Damn
but
it.
He was always intended to be the heir apparent to Thomas Davis, right? And the reason you think that is because one of the things that they say about Shaq Thompson is he could be a safety if he wanted to be because he's got the speed.
Well, that's what they used to say. Not anymore. Now he's a hefty boy.
Early on, right? And so what do we know about Thomas Davis? He used to be a safety.
Right.
And he transitioned to linebacker. So I think they were taking that same thought process and trying to hit copy and paste on a guy like Shaq Thompson, hoping he can come in here and do some stuff. Now, here's the thing. He's still capable of it. Right, Thomas Davis.
You're right.
Had
That's
his
a good
best
point.
Years towards the end, right?
Well, and Shaq did too. Obviously, last 2 years were the best years.
He just hasn't benefited. We haven't had a middle linebacker that has been the guy, right? We haven't had anybody that's afraid of our middle linebacker. And I think we've been so spoiled. We talk about it all the time as Panthers fans to have a legacy of linebackers that are considered some of the all-time greats in the NFL, not just as a team. And bad throw by Marcus there brings up 3rd and 2. But yeah, so as of right now, I think back to the jersey conversation. If you had to choose one player, I know you've talked about. Yeah, I mean, I know we've mentioned Burns. There's still a question mark. He's not signed yet.
Yeah, no. I'm buying that because it's a 53. I was wishing Tim Estes would have told me this about the Panthers jersey, $45. CMC. We just hit 4,500 subscribers. We're actually 46. I would have given that one away.
Mm-hmm.
But you're right. No, the Burns jersey is not because of him and the longevity of the team. It's because our subscriber goal we're getting to. Who is the player for you?
Yeah, who's the player for you to pick their jersey up?
Get in on it. Chat, tell us who. If you just if we were to gift a jersey to you, which by the way, that's always an opportunity on the C3 Panthers podcast, is that we've got some secret giveaways coming in the background. Who would it be? That's a tough question, isn't it?
Mm-hmm. It's tough.
It's not an easy answer right now. It's Icky, right? It's like, oh, you got
Icky would probably be my number one right now.
Safest. And who buys an offensive lineman jersey? That's cool.
It's a
You're
weird
actually
thing
the
to buy.
coolest dude to buy that, but you're not
Nobody knows. Nobody knows who you're talking about, especially as a rookie guy. The good news is he is listed as the rookie all rookie team so far.
And he's going to get it.
Oh gosh, yeah. Well, I mean, the thing that sucks is you can't have him be the offensive rookie of the year, because that's always going to go to a skill player.
But he definitely is like he's doing what Rashawn Slater did.
Well, he's doing better than what Rashawn Slater's done.
Really? He was an All-Pro, I think, his first year.
He's listed number 3 as far as ratings among all left tackles in the NFL right now. Like, if you look at
since well, I mean, that's what Slater did his rookie year too.
I should say in the past 4 weeks. And why that's important to keep in mind is because he hasn't allowed a sack since the second game or maybe the third game. Like, he hasn't allowed a single sack. The dude is like, he's automatic at this point.
I think Cody Lashney's burner account is in the chat. Clutch Fire 5.0 says Trevor Lawrence, he'll be a Panther soon. Actually, that's not Cody Lashney's burner account. Cody Lashney still thinks Trevor Lawrence is going to the Hall of Fame. Someone put DJ safe bet. Tim Estes put DJ. My highlights. I'm gonna do
JJ Jansen. Yeah, well,
the JJ this joke slapped last night too, and it slaps again. He is the same? Like, he's gonna outlast every coach. Like, JJ Jansen's gonna outlast David Tepper at this point.
Right.
I like this one too. V the G says Frankie Louvu.
I don't know. Even with Frankie.
You got one more year on his contract. You know, is sometimes you don't have to just buy a jersey for longevity. They just have to be a really good player. And if they leave,
you want to have a player that is going to have a lasting impact on the franchise, right? And it might be a short impact.
No, you're right.
CMC.
I'm trying to think of what jerseys do you own?
I have the Christian McCaffrey jersey, and I have a custom jersey that has my name on the back.
Those are your two. I have a Steve Smith. I have all right. So my most recent was Shaq, which that tells you how long I haven't bought a jersey since, because I haven't. Oh, that looked like it was be a terrible pass.
Ooh, DJ
got a first down. I have not bought anything since Shaq, because after 2017, I have not really been in love with. I should buy a Jameer Bird jersey. That's what I got to do. No, I got Shaq. I got Smitty. I've got Cam. I've got Pep. And I've got Steve Berline. I think those are my jerseys that I own. There's probably one more in there hidden somewhere that I'm forgetting. But you're right. Do you want a player who's going to really, I mean, you know, if you look back at this, is like Charles Johnson would have been a great jersey to buy.
Yeah, he would be God,
how would he not? Ooh.
Almost.
Oh, they're about to bring in Baker right there.
Yeah, it might be Sam, honestly. If here's what I am predicting. I don't think Baker sees the field as a Panther anymore. I think if
that's what Joe Person said today on the Beat Check, is that he believes that it's like one that the Panthers are thinking about that draft pick.
Yeah.
He almost felt like he was. We made a joke that who's the guy that we just cut him or put him on the practice squad? The tall guy, Jake Eason.
Eason, yeah.
He didn't even know his name either. He called him Nick Eason. I couldn't remember that. DJ didn't know his. Nobody knows this guy's name. He's just tall. The tall guy over there. We made a joke that he would be playing before Baker.
Well, I think that it's if there is real animosity, I think that Steve Wilkes will have no problem. We saw what happened with Robbie, right? If a guy is becoming bigger than the locker room, then I don't think Steve Wilkes has a problem keeping him on the bench. I think without question, I think Steve Wilkes would be more willing to give Sam Darnold an opportunity over top of Baker, if in fact that's the problem.
Well, now, if he goes over 70% of snaps too, that the trade goes from a fifth to a fourth. We actually have an investment in not playing him.
Sure. Yeah, and that's the part. I mean, you got to think about that part of this entire equation. Shaq Thompson somehow almost
not wrapping. Typical Shaq. Typical Shaq. He had a play last week, CK, where he got up in the hole, and you're like, "This is a real play." Like, man, this is, and he just put his shoulder down, and the guy bounced right off of him.
It's so painful because like I feel like he has the mentality to be that guy. Like,
dude, they almost ran into each other, their own players, and they still caught it. Did he catch it? He caught it, right?
He caught it.
Ooh, I'm still kind of focused on this jersey question. Who is?
I mean, you almost wonder if it's DJ Moore, but
that's the only one. He's going to be here because the money says he's
the money, but I think, I mean, he could be traded too. That's the other part of this.
It doesn't help us financially. We get hurt.
But we'll get assets. So,
but still, we pay a bunch of dead, but I'd just rather have him. He's only 25.
But so, I mean, I think that, but again, even with DJ Moore, I love DJ Moore, and I think he can be a superstar. We haven't seen him be a superstar yet.
Look at this. Tim Estes won an autographed jersey from Panther Nation podcast.
Heck yeah.
Good for them.
I think
I think Jeremy Chin is a good jersey to buy right now.
But again, I don't think Jeremy Chin has been a superstar. Like right now, if everybody on this team, if you look at the legacy on the, and I know it's hard to say with Jeremy Chin, right? Or any of these younger guys, but like even if you copy and pasted what he's done for this team over the past 3 years, and you put that over 15 years, he's not going to be considered like a huge impact player for this squad.
Yes, he is. I
don't think, like, if you watch what he did, when's the last time you remember him having a big impact on a game?
Like 4 weeks ago before he got hurt.
He's been hurt since long before that.
He's been on the short-term IR. I don't know. I think you underestimate. I think you a little poo-poo on Jeremy Chin for some reason.
I love Jeremy Chin. I think he could be great. I just don't think they have him in the right position.
How about this? Would you rather buy Jeremy Chin's jersey or JC Horn's?
JC Horn.
Gosh, y'all one of them. I'm a Chin guy. I need JC Horn to do more, and not that I need him to do more. Like, it's not like he plays bad when he's on the field. Right. I need to see more. Look, Bo Jackson was about to be the best running back in the history of football, but guess what? Injury killed him. So, like, all these ifs and things, like potential. I hope JC Horn turns into the next Stephon Gilmore, but we got some. Ooh, nice. Shaq having a big game today. Look at that. Black on black on black is Shaq's attack.
Dang. Like, unfortunately, this offense has been walking all over this defense. Luckily, when it's come to the red zone, important
stop right there.
Luckily, when it's come to the red zone, they have stopped them to a field, held them to a field goal. So we'll see if they're able to accomplish that here with a short
one more.
Nope, not able to stop him there, and he gets it down to the 5-yard line. Marcus Mariota with almost 140 yards. That's Luvu.
That's Luvu? Why is he white in this game?
I don't know. I guess they're having a hard time trying to figure out.
Right. I should know that because I want to give a. You know what? Maybe we should give away a Luvu jersey when we hit 4,900. We're close, man. 40. We're close to 5,000 subscribers. I know that doesn't seem like a lot. It felt like a mountain 2 years ago.
It felt like a mountain because at the beginning of the off season, we were under 3,000.
Yeah.
And we had a push in the off season to try to get to 4,000. You guys crushed that. And then in this season alone, we've already gone up to another 700 on top of that. And we're not even, we're barely halfway through the season.
And we haven't been good.
We haven't been good.
Maybe what about a Derek Brown jersey?
That would be
he got
fine. I
pushed
think
back
Derek
there.
Brown could be interesting.
Come on, guys, get him.
You can't tackle him forward.
Man, 3 guys. It took him 3 guys to tackle. Derek Brown. I got a problem with Derek Brown right now. It's not Derek Brown. It's all the D suckers of Derek Brown now who were all shitting on him for 2 years. I feel like I'm the only person that, yuck.
Touchdown, Falcons.
Right when I'm talking about, hey, Derek Brown, and they run it right up the middle. That was on Brian Burns, too. No. He was a scapegoat for 2 years.
Derek Brown, yeah.
Yeah, I think that he played fine the entire time.
Well, you got to keep in mind when he was drafted, that many Panthers fans were upset by that. Because even then, we needed an offensive lineman. We needed one at that point in time, too. And they went.
What
defense.
year was that? That would have been 3 years ago. Right? That was Matt Rule's first year. We drafted him right after the Chargers drafted Herbert, right?
Right.
Ugh, that does hurt.
So, I mean, I think that's
question.
part of it. I think it's similar to the Teddy Bridgewater fiasco because Teddy Bridgewater was basically having to fill some pretty big shoes. And there was just no shot he was going to live up to what we expected from a quarterback having had Cam Newton for close to a decade.
What's that got to do with Derek Brown, though?
So I'm saying it's similar in the sense that when you look at the fact that Teddy Bridgewater got shitty because we were looking at him as like,
we didn't like him right away. Right away, we
wanted something
else
because we wanted something else.
Okay.
So Derek Brown got that same treatment because we wanted something else.
Okay.
Even if it was undeserved, it felt like defensive tackle at that point in time just felt like so much of a reach when you had so many other holes on this team.
But we couldn't stop the run at that time at all. I'm still this. All right, this is a good segue to this. We're approaching halftime right now, 13-7. Atlanta Falcons are up right now. They just punched in a touch. Who got that touchdown? Was it Cordero?
No, that was Smith.
I don't know who that is.
Number 40, I think.
And actually, Dynamite plays. I want to talk about your comment because you're right. Ooh, look at Chuba. So he said we should have kept Teddy. And look, I hate Teddy. Like, I'm not a Teddy fan, but I agree with you.
Right.
But I also believe this is that, so one of the things that we're so prisoners of the moment, CK, last week, Justin Fields set incredible records.
Yeah.
Here, and let's see what this pass does. Come on. Oh, first down. Is that Shy? Chenault.
All right, and that's going to take us into the 2-minute warning. And they're driving.
So Justin Fields is the first player to throw 3 passing touchdowns. And then I saw someone say rush for more than 140 yards. I almost, and I responded to them, why don't you say he's the first player who threw 3 passing touchdowns and rushed for over 170 yards? Like, Why'd you say the 140? I didn't get that part. But he had this incredible game. We had the opportunity. Ooh, ugh. That's a PJ throw right there.
Last week, we had a very similar outing by PJ. And the funny part about it was Cody was demanding that this week we raise PJ Walker's stats up because they are clearly not putting them where they needed to be.
Wow.
After last week's game, this is pretty accurate.
Yeah. No, man, like last week he was terrible. No, Matt, like tell Cody to be quiet. But looking back, and the reason I bring this up is because my man said we should have kept Teddy, which I agree because it's a contractual thing. But imagine if we would have been able, even when we went after Darnold and did that, Zach.
Holding on to that ball a little too long there.
If we would have gotten Justin Fields and been able to sit him for a year, and have Sam Darnold last year, even if we made the mistake we did with Teddy, right? Just go ahead and grant that mistake. We traded for Sam Darnold before the draft. We had the opportunity to pick Justin Fields. Whether you think he's going to be good or not, I don't care. It almost feels like at this point, like that could have been an opportunity to save Matt Rule's career.
Right.
Like it was a miss. And it's not that I think that Justin Fields, I actually like Justin Fields a lot. I think he's going to get better and better. But
I agree.
That we were set up. And the reason I'm bringing this up is because he brought the Teddy Bridgewater. That's what you brought Teddy Bridgewater in to do, is play Teddy for a year and draft a guy. And not only did we not do that, we traded all these parts to get Sam Darnold. Then we didn't do it again. And what if it didn't work out, CK? Think about this. Who cares? Oh, Mariota. Who cares if Justin Fields didn't work out? Matt Rule was still being fired. And guess what he was 3 weeks ago? Right. Fired anyway. So that's sorry. Tangent. No, yeah. But every time I look at Justin Fields right now, I think he should have been a Panther.
I tell you what, I have him in my my legacy fantasy league, or not legacy.
Not a bad move.
But yeah, so I mean, and he has sure at the beginning of the season it leads a lot of open question marks. Wow, just sliding down there at the 50. But I tell you what, the past 2 weeks he's averaged over 40 points for me. So
he's gotten a lot better each week.
Mm-hmm. Well, the thing is it feels like their coaches have decided, intelligently to utilize what his strengths are, and that is to run the ball.
Isn't that crazy?
It was like they refused to let him do that before.
It's insane. Two coaches, right? Wasn't he drafted under It's like two coaches tried to do it.
Yeah, it's so crazy. And luckily, this coaching regime is doing some pretty smart things.
What a hit!
Yeah, nice hit. But Marcus Mariota is just looking like an elite talent on top of this defense here in Madden. But yeah, I mean, at the end of the day, I think that, but I still can't get over Rat Mullen.
I know. Look, at least they got him skinny though.
And that's what I was looking at.
They got skinny Rat Mullen. Not only they can't keep it accurate, but they got him accurate.
Yeah, the dude, right. And that is true. He did shape himself back into a positive body frame.
I was worried about him. He looks.
Kyle Pitts gets that snap. They've got a one timeout left, and they are in field goal range. I believe they are. Now I don't know if they're gonna give them the benefit of the rain impacting this here, which I could see them doing, especially given the kickoffs from Koo have been short of the end zone by about 15 yards. So.
I like this comment. Oh gosh.
Ooh.
Yeah. Oh, at least. Ooh, Shaq again. I like this comment from Fade to X. It sucks that the only one that takes the blame with the whole team is QB with the whole team. And he goes on to say, "Look, this is not just PJ." And I agree. I said this over and over on the post game, and not over, but I've said this several times. Is look, PJ was bad. Let's not say he was good. But this was a failure at every level. And part of the reason he was bad is because there were failures at every level. And then he started to push. So he had drops, and then he felt like he had to make something happen. PJ was put in a very difficult situation. Yeah. But the problem for PJ Walker was is after that Atlanta Falcons game, CK, I thought that he played himself into a position in this league where he would be a long-term Jacoby Brissett. Mm-hmm. Who's the other guy that there's a couple of these guys that float around the league, and they're always just good backups. And they make money. Even like a Geno Smith in a certain case, I guess, could have been that. I thought PJ was entering that conversation. That game was so bad last week, he might have played himself out of it.
Yeah, and that's the part that I think is is a very big potential. And that's where I was saying, and that's, to be fair, he only got the one half. And
there was drops.
And there were drops, and there was a failure. And this is what I said on the post game. This was a failure on all accounts. Like, if you look at that first drive, the defense was giving them anything that they wanted.
They ran 270 yards on us.
They averaged 9 or 10 yards per play on their first drive. Like, you can't blame anything but performance by the players and the coaches, right? Because you can't blame exhaustion. You can't blame the fact that the offense wasn't doing anything. That was the first drive of the entire game.
I agree. This is a great point, CK. Is usually we say, oh, the defense gets a pass because they're so tired. A lot of times they were just marching down the field with not even a lot of plays.
Yeah.
It's just like, oh, I'm just going to run off. Like, the defense was off the field getting rest because they just gave up a touchdown. The defense sucked.
Listen,
everything sucked.
Part of this we should be thankful for, right? Because if PJ Walker came in there and he, again, put this facade on and we didn't see who he really was again, like, it would be really easy for us to just say, all right, this is the guy, right? And it was going to be a lot harder to move on from that guy, especially even if he does something beneficial over the next few weeks. Like, even if it's not necessarily getting us over the hump, but does like he looks like
we're gonna listen to Cody telling us we should walk into next season with PJ Walker and Matt Corral.
Yeah.
Now you're right. On top of that, the defense suspect, bro.
Right.
Gave up over 70 points in 2 weeks. I told you this defense wasn't that good last year. And they haven't been great this year. I think they've been better than I expected this year, to be honest, at least because they haven't been getting sacks. They weren't getting turnovers in the first few games, but they did go on this run where they scored 3 games in a row or something like that. The defense has been okay, not terrible, but has become terrible.
Well, here's the thing is interesting about the defense. They either have great interception.
Come on, baby.
There by
Who is it?
Littleton.
Yeah.
And that's what you need coming out of the half, down by 9 points, 2-possession game here.
Here's one thing, just while you're talking about Corey Littleton. One thing about this linebacker core is I never hear their names.
Right.
I never hear, I hear people talking shit about Shaq, but not only are they not difference makers, they're not even bad. They're just not there.
You know what I think part of it is I don't know that I'm hearing any linebackers' names.
Right. That's my point. It's like the position doesn't even exist on the team.
In the NFL.
Oh, interesting.
Think about that. Outside of legacy names like Bobby Wagner, you're not really going to recognize it. So what it tells me is that offenses have adjusted to where the middle linebacker and the linebacking, position maybe isn't as valuable as it once was.
Is there going to be a correction? So one of the things I heard a lot when the Lions went off on that crazy offensive stretch in the first 3 games or 4 games, their offensive coordinator is Deuce Staley, who's former running back. And the Lions implemented a lot of old school power, run up the middle type, beat your ass concepts. And what a lot of people were saying is that the NFL defenses, which this does apply to the Carolina Panthers with the Phil Snow type defenses that are kind of college-esque,
right?
A little light in the ass, as Joe Riolano would call them, is you get fast athletes, but they struggle in these punch you in the face situations. I wonder if there's a correction coming where maybe these linebackers do make a difference as the running game. Look, the Titans, dude, they run on everybody.
Yeah.
And they're going to do it. So maybe
they're talking about cyclical trends right now. There was this cycle of getting really small because they were all these teams were going with speed on their offense. And so they got like fast defensive ends and really fast hybrid middle linebackers and safeties and things like that. And now they're making a push for more run game specific type offenses like the Shanahan offense.
Chuba. Oh, gosh. There is Madden. Madden, man, it looks so smooth until they do something like that. Is the juke makes them look foolish. Look at will they show it again? Let's see. Look at this. Look. He's about to make the and then well, I guess he got crushed from behind.
Well,
but he didn't cut up field after it. It was like they
rolled?
made the juke and then he Come on, baby. Look. This puts us in. So what do you do here? This puts
I think
you
it's
up.
just giving the ball right back to Chuba, who's gotten you pretty much all the way down the field to where it is now.
If
Got
you
3
score
yards
a
out of that.
touchdown here, though, you move to 13. Do you go for 2? That would put you at 15. No, you kick the extra point, right?
Yeah, you kick the extra point because that still leaves you within the ability to take the lead with the field goal.
What down is this? Second. What do you do on third down if we don't get this? Let's see.
You kick the field goal and make it a one-possession game. Ooh, dangerous.
Yeah, that's a pick 6 if Sam Darnold threw it. That's a Sam Darnold pick 6 right there. I've seen that one before.
I wonder if Sam Darnold. That's the only thing I'm interested in right now.
We need to clip that dance, dude.
Well, listen, I think we can.
I'm putting that on a short later. We can dance if we want to. Come on, PJ. Look, I'm
runs
cheering
right into the defender.
Right
and they're
into him.
They're gonna have
Who's
to.
97 on Atlanta? Is that Grady Jarrett? I'm so tired of hearing that dude's name. Chat, tell us who 97 is. Come on.
Was that 9? That's 47.
Is it 47? Oh, let's talk about this. Taylor Moton. Is he regressing?
I love that there was one quote that I saw on Twitter that said Taylor Moton looked really good on a bad offensive line, and he looks bad on a good offensive line.
Oh my God. That's a really high. That's like a thoughtful. It's like meta.
Yeah. Well, what's interesting? It's sort of like the thought of like when a 7 hangs out with 5s, she looks like a 10.
What have you ever seen the movie Hall Pass?
Yes.
Where he does the goggle. It's like, oh, she looks. And first of all, you put beer in that, and you were totally like, oh man, I would be like, it's such a good joke.
Man,
wow. Should we every time we get a Taylor Moton clip, we just go?
Yep.
He'd be like, your fat ass looks.
It's funny, but when you see our weakest side of the line is our right side, that was our strength for years. I'm not prepared to say that he's always been this bad because it's clear, like it's just not. Like it's real that he was a good right tackle.
He's been good, but not. This is the thing: is don't overcrown people. What
has happened is he's never been the focus of pressure from the defense. Like their best players would normally line up
against the other side,
right? And now they look at Icky, and Icky's been dominating these guys, and so now they're literally lining up on the other side with their best players so that they can get that pressure.
And maybe it's not even his fault. Maybe we just missed the 3-year window where he was great.
Yeah.
Or very good. You know what I'm saying? Like, how long do you have? Like, you wasted his prime time on a shitty line. Say that one more time again. He looked great.
He looked good on a bad offensive line. But he looks bad on a good offensive line.
Gosh, there's a poet. CK, cover me in the commentary for 2 minutes. Not even that.
Right. 10-4. As our sideline reporter steps away
to pee.
Utilize the restroom. We're watching as Corey Littleton, who's shown up big in this Madden simulation, is able to get a tackle for a loss on Algier, bringing up a 2nd and 11. Whereas we're hoping that we can get another turnover and give this offense a chance to get some spark going. Right now, they are down 6. 2 minutes left in the third quarter. Big play, big drive here necessary. Big gaping hole, as Al Michaels has said on numerous occasions on his broadcasts. Gets straight up the middle down to the 49-yard line of the Panthers, and it brings up a new set of downs. Atlanta Falcons are gods. All right, I'm not going to go that far. Atlanta Falcons are better than the Panthers in a lot of ways, but I could see us coming back here and having a get-right game. Right now, Madden doesn't see it that way. New set of downs here on the 49-yard line. Mariota out of the shotgun. Takes a snap, drops back to make the pass. Going to be rushing for it, but he runs into Yetur Gross-Matos, who's able to take him down for a 6-yard sack. And that's going to bring up 2nd and 16 back on the Falcons side of the field. YGM, largely a liability in this defense as of late, but here in the Madden sim, he shows up big time. They didn't have a big opinion of him in the past couple of weeks either, but here he is able to show up and show out. He gets that tackle for a loss against a guy who is known to be quite mobile in Marcus Mariota, who ran all over us to some degree a couple of weeks ago. A big gaping hole. You almost wonder if Al Michaels is doing that intentionally, and bad pass. Even worse effort by Kyle Pitts. 3rd and 16. Big play here. Let's just hope they make sure that those big gaping holes are a little more filled. Got to keep those holes tight. And they did that just enough to get them an extra 5 yards, but it's not enough. They're going to punt this from their own 49-yard line, as that brings up a 4th and 11. He missed a couple of runs right up the middle, and it was a big gaping hole, Tony.
I've always missed the big gaping hole.
You missed the big gaping hole.
It's easy to find, hard to hit.
Did you watch the Al Michaels commentary?
No.
He said big gaping hole at least 4 times on the broadcast. Talking about
which
a runner.
One? Which broadcast?
Last week.
Is he Thursday night?
Yeah. Him and Kirk Herbstreit.
That's right.
And he says big gaping hole. Every chance he sees, every time he sees a running back running up the middle for multiple yards, he says big gaping, and he gets another big gaping hole there.
Actually, that's one of my better jokes. Easy to find, hard to hit. Big gaping hole. It's a good joke. There's layers.
And PJ's gonna run for it here. Nobody.
This is one thing I wish they would do more with PJ a little bit. He's mobile.
Yeah.
And I'm not saying like RPO to death, people, but
here's what I'll tell you. What I do love about PJ is he is not afraid to stay in the pocket, right? And
no, he wants to be a quarterback.
He wants to be a quarterback. And the only thing that really is, I think one of the things he needs to be more aware of is pocket presence. But to be honest, he hasn't been a liability in holding onto the ball too long. That would be a Sam Darnold trait more so than a PJ Walker trait, I would say. 4-yard gain there. Nice little rush up the middle. Chuba averaging 4.5 yards per carry.
And and this is like Fade 2X says here. And thanks, by the way, look at how many people are in here. Fade to X, Tim Estes is in here. Michael Davis, our patron saint. Look, these guys are all C3 super fans, and I'm not trying to ask for monetary support. I want to congratulate these people for giving it and showing their loyalty in this time. Not loyalty, but being a part of this.
Their support.
Yeah, thank you, though, for that. If you see those green tags, that means they're C3 super fans. They get special emojis. We do random giveaways for people like that. But I just want to thank these people. But He's
Drew.
right. Yeah, yeah. Oh, look, Drew's in here in the house. And I don't want them to just say, oh, we need to turn this black quarterback into a running quarterback. But look at
No.
that. Look, when nothing's work. How about this? Let's go back to Justin Fields.
Yeah.
Just momentarily. I understand the idea of saying, hey, we believe in you. We believe you can be a real passer, you know what I'm saying? Like, we don't want to diminish you in that capacity. But at the same time, this is a win now league. And if that can extend your winness for a play or two, you don't have to build the whole game plan around it.
Agreed.
But just
that's the thing
incorporate it.
You've got to keep in mind that's an asset. It's not a crutch. If you can use it the right way.
Asset.
Well, he got up somehow. I thought he was down back there at the line of scrimmage.
How does that even happen?
I have no idea. But yeah, as long as you use it, like as long as it's not a reason not to throw the ball, then I think that's something you should take advantage of. I think there's this old school mentality that has found its way into new school minds, and that is that if you're running the ball or running instead of passing, that you're lesser of a quarterback. And I just don't think that that's true. And we're seeing that with Lamar Jackson. We're now seeing that with Justin Fields, and we've seen that with Cam Newton and Josh Allen. Like,
was Cam the guy that changed it? He might have been the guy that actually changed the narrative.
I think you could. I mean, I think
who else did?
You can go back to Steve Young. I mean, Steve Young was a great quarterback and a mobile quarterback.
But there's still, when Cam came in.
Oh gosh!
Please don't pick that.
4th and 3. We're going to be punting the ball right back to the Atlanta Falcons.
I think that even Lamar, and I don't know, maybe I'm wrong, and I'll let you guys look. The chat knows more about football than I do. Maybe RG3 sort of, I won't say set the narrative back. Well, yeah, actually, I will say set the narrative back because he got hurt. And that's the fear anytime anybody runs.
Right.
But here's the thing. Cam's injuries never came from running.
Right.
I felt like Cam, when Bill Belichick said he called him, what is the term he used? Public enemy number 1. That's what he said about Cam. Like, when Bill Belichick, the defensive guru, says you're a fucking headache, it legitimized Cam so much.
Yeah.
And Cam could do both. And so I thought a lot of people used to always just think is like, oh, well, you're just a running back playing quarterback. I think Lamar is the epitome of someone who they even tried to put that on him, bro. I'm a big Lamar fan. I think people still underestimate how good he is.
I just early on.
Matt says Cunningham. That's how far this conversation goes back.
Yeah, right. I would agree with that. And early on, I can say honestly, I don't think I was that much of a fan of Lamar Jackson at the very beginning. Almost intercepted again there. That was a Xavier Woods potential
Can we
pick.
Please make a play, Carolina. 6:31 on the clock, down 6. We got to get a stop here, CK.
Yeah, this is a big time drive. If they can stop them and give an opportunity for this offense to drive back down and take the lead here, that would be a big win and a necessary win in order to be able to pull this thing out.
But going back to Lamar, I think people thought they look at his frame, they see more of RG3 than they see Cam Newton.
Right. Oh,
nice. That
nice
tackle, baby. Ooh, good play. Good play right there.
Yeah,
but I think Lamar is super smart, man.
He's super smart, and he doesn't take the hits.
Right? He is a way better passer than anybody gives him credit for.
I think early on, I kind of got maybe it's just that I see what happened with Cam, and it's hard to, like he was saying, I know how to play football and not take those hits, right? When people would talk about him being a mobile quarterback and his longevity in the league. And I almost kind of scoffed at that. Like, I was like you're basically saying that all the people who were mobile before you didn't know how to do that. And damn, man, the dude is finding a way to not take the hits.
Well, Cam delivered the hits, which was also part of the problem.
Oh, big stop here, 4th and 7, and they're gonna have 5 minutes to drive down.
People made them cornerbacks made some business decisions about Cam Newton back in the day.
Yeah.
You found let's pick a corner, pick some random corner from the NFC South, and that mug, they're like a nickel corner, and Cam's running full speed, the size of a defense. God, I miss Cam. Love that dude so much. By
the way, I know somebody wanted to talk about the Matt Ryan dead money. I'm telling you right now, Matt Ryan is going to be playing on that team before the end of the year.
What
He's
team?
The Colts.
No, no way.
Yeah.
No.
The person who benched him was Frank Reich.
No, it was Irsay that did it. It wasn't Frank Reich.
Frank.
No, it was Irsay.
Even if it
Here's why they're not going to play him. Here, I think you're wrong, CK, for this reason. Is there's a contractual component. He's got a 2-year deal with the Colts, right? So they got to pay him this year. But if he plays a certain amount, there's more money that kicks in. I think Irsay said, dude, they benched him after he had a 300-yard game and a game-winning touchdown just a week before.
I think
it's Irsay.
I think you might be right, but that's my prediction is I think Matt Ryan sees the field again. If you've seen what they've done with their quarterback they have now,
I know. It's really, but what they came out and said we're going to name him for the starter for the rest of the season. Why do you think why would Frank Reich even do that? And got this amount to say I'm going to name this nobody.
Yeah,
I guess here's the question for Panther fans.
Oh, nice breaking!
Great
he
tackle
got for the first down.
Chuba, I got a Chuba. Is Frank Reich a legitimate candidate for the Carolina Panthers head coaching job?
No,
Why?
not a shot.
Why?
What has he done under the?
Well, he's had a complete winning record. He has a winning record as a coach.
What has he done? Like
he's made the playoffs twice
with Andrew Luck.
He's coached 4 years. No, once with Luck, once with Rivers. So he's made the playoffs twice. He's a winning coach. He's a former Carolina Panther, and he's an offensive guy. I agree. He's not my first option, but I do feel like he kind of falls into the Doug Peterson category where they get a lot of shit, but they're better than you think they are.
I just don't think there is a shot that Frank Reich is going to be a head coach anywhere next year. Like he'll be an offensive coordinator next year somewhere, maybe even here, but he is not going to be a head coach.
I like how this is. I've been making this joke for like 2 years too. I got a Chuba. I had a Chuba until I saw him fucking try to catch the ball.
They got to go for it here, but I think that because Madden sees that it's over 2 minutes left, they might not go for it, but I'm hoping that they do.
3 timeouts on both teams. Down what, 6?
Down 6, yeah.
You got to go for it, right?
You got to.
If they don't go for it, man, we're... And Josh says, look, is Reich is in, or Wright, whatever his name is. First, he's got a weird name.
They're punting.
Shut up.
They're punting.
Not you, Matt. What the fuck? Ron Rivera move right here. So
my defense can stop him.
No, and so this happened in a game, and this was 2013, guys. We were down to the Saints by maybe 1 full touchdown. Like we had to score a touchdown. Right. It was not a field goal game. It was raining cats and dogs too, like crazy.
Right.
And we punted the ball. We messed up and maybe screwed up the 2-minute warning, and we punted it with under 2 minutes. Now, given this, looking back in retrospect, that defense did have 60 sacks that year. that defense was something special in 20. Best defense I've ever seen the Carolina Panthers have.
Right.
But they actually got the ball back, went down and won the fucking game. Like, we were watching, and when we said, you're punting, we didn't go for it on 4th down. We punted the ball. We were like, oh my God. We were so pissed. I was watching at my friend's house in Charlotte. I remember it, and everybody was mad as fire. And we got the ball back, and we won. How is there still this much time on the clock, CK?
Well,
Stop
it's about
them.
to be
Stop them. Timeouts. We got
time.
Timeout. Raining. Ooh. I know. We won that game, guys. Hickson. That's right. You guys know what's up. That pass that came through. And was a good catch, too. Sliding catch. What a crazy end of a game that was. Please stop this. Is that Derek Brown?
I couldn't tell. It might have been Ionitis,
Which he's dealing with some sort of where he's listed on the injury report with questionable with back injury.
Ionitis, yep.
This was news to me, CK, and someone as a fantasy, not someone who's like a fantasy guru. They took away the probable years ago, so now you only have healthy, questionable.
Yeah.
Oh, thank God he made that tackle. But that probable was helpful for us fantasy players.
Yeah.
I think there's a distinction between I've got a little bit, maybe I can go game day decision. Right. I want the probable back.
I agree.
Guys.
And big 3rd down and 2 here. This is the game on the line.
This is it.
And they're going to give it to him. And he gets the first down. And they're going to kneel
it
out for the rest of the game here.
Pull the sticks out. We need a measurement, bro. Measurement. Matt Fool is upset. Damn it. They just straight gave it to him.
Yeah, he had the ball in his left hand as well. So you know that was going to be
more I don't know. Likely. I say challenge that ruling on the field.
You don't have the option.
No timeouts. Damn it.
No timeouts, nor can you challenge it at the
within 2 minutes?
Yeah. And there
I don't know. That was close.
Formation.
That was close.
It could have been a lot worse.
All right, so let's try. Since I told you earlier, you were like, should we talk about the game or should we just talk? And then you let me get a drink in, and I was like, oh, well, we'll just talk. So we went from a 70-30 to a 30-70 model.
Oh, yeah.
What do we see in this game, though, is that if we were going to extrapolate anything from this, all right, so it's 16-10 win Atlanta on a Thursday night game in Carolina. How did they beat us in this simulation, CK?
There were a tremendous amount of overthrows by PJ Walker.
Okay.
But
throwing
mainly
to zero, like he was throwing into the middle of the field, nobody was there.
Mainly our offense held true to the idea of bend, don't break in this simulation. And so they gave up way too many. They gave up 3 field goals, but they were letting the offense of the Atlanta Falcons walk all over them up and down the field.
We got worn down.
Yeah, and it was from early on. Like they weren't getting many stops on the Atlanta Falcons. They did get that 1 interception, but for the most part, the Falcons were able to move the ball at will all the way into
and
the red
zone. Offense didn't bail the defense out. And this is that one case is like, look, is that we put up 7 points in the first quarter.
We got the ball on the first drive and got seven points, and then nothing, no more touchdowns.
Like you gotta at least give the defense the ability to keep up. And that's the thing is like sometimes the offense, the offense helps your defense by putting them into situations where you understand it. So if you are down 20 points, their defense knows you have to throw. And if you're up 20 points, you can do whatever the hell you want.
Yeah.
And that hurts the defense. So Thursday night, it's a blackout game, primetime game. I hope it doesn't end like this. I will say this game right here, CK, was far more entertaining than that Bengals game. Bengals.
PJ Walker here with 46% completion percentage and only 45 yards.
Which is like 100 times better than his last week's performance.
And with the potential for at least 3 other picks that were dropped.
Look at Mariota, his best game of the year. 191 yards.
Passing. He had 90.
Prolific.
He might have had 40 yards rushing as well.
He's prolific.
In this one.
If he gets over 160 yards, he's like having a career day.
DJ Moore with 1 reception for 11 yards. Terrace Marshall with 1 reception for 7 yards. That happened to be a touchdown.
Dude, we're about to fuck everybody's prize picks up. I need time. Did Trimble even catch a pass? Can you pull that? Can you find that? Is that all right? So my prize
in this game, no, he did not catch a pass.
I don't remember his name, so I need him to catch over 13 yards receiving.
Mm-hmm.
We got Cordero Patterson on Taco Tuesday. Did Cordero Patterson get over 35 yards in this game? He better have.
He didn't play. For whatever reason, he wasn't in there. I guess that they have him on injury reserve still in Madden's rosters. Because I couldn't activate him either.
Okay. So tomorrow night, this is what we're cheering for, Panther fans, is we need Tommy Trimble to get over 13.5 passing yards. We need Cordero Patterson, who I caught on the Taco Tuesday when we were pulling up the prize picks. We got a super deal, like 30% off or something, 20% off on Cord. How is he not going to get 35 yards rushing against this team in a rain game? It feels like a lock. I know I'm saying it. Once I say it, it's over. I need Christian McCaffrey to get over 75 yards, and I think I went on that Terrace Marshall over 36. So we'll see. Shout out to everybody. Look, a lot of C3 super fans. Look at this. I love this. As you look in the chat and everybody's got the green tag.
Mm-hmm.
How cool is that? Josh, in the YouTube, tomorrow night, we are going to be doing the post-game show, but I was talking with Cody. I think we're going to start. Here is the plan. If it's a blowout in a bad way, like as the Panthers are losing, and that may like losing significantly. It doesn't even have to be a blowout,
right.
But we're going to watch the fourth. We're going to go live during the fourth quarter. Actually, I think that's what we're doing anyway. And I think it will help us either like we're going to watch the fourth quarter live and start the post game. And I think it will hopefully accelerate some of the process.
Right. Yeah.
Maybe.
So we're hoping that it's not going to be a tremendously long night. But there is hope that we're so good that we wanted to sit here and talk all night about how good this team looked.
Oh no. If we're good, bro, everybody's going to go to bed.
Maybe.
I promise. No, look, when we are good, we get less calls. Like if we get blown, if it's like 40, what's 7.7? I don't even know how to do math. 43.
Mm-hmm.
If it's like 43-7 or some shit like that, we will be here until Tuesday. But if we win this game, everybody will be like, oh, that's awesome. Love Steve Wilkes. We're hiring him. Good night. See you later. All right. CK, thanks so much. Look, 11/11 right now. Look, it just passed. 11/11 is my birthday. It's coming up. It's coming up. And the reason that I got the tats is it's not just 11/11 for me. It's Veterans Day. It's my birthday, but I was born at 11:11 p.m. Crazy. I wish we could. Or what? I'm just cool. Maybe I'm going to have to join the Friday free-for-all and make them go to 11:11 p.m. and then worship me.
Just like shut down everything. Like mute everybody and say,
and then
it is my birthday.
And then
I need you peons to sing to me right now.
and Cody would say something snarky as fuck, and I would
Right.
be like, Trevor Lawrence has the whatever. Anyway, it was fun hanging out. We've been hanging out talking about the Carolina Panthers. I feel like every day, and guess what? Y'all are my friends. A shout out to the people in the chat. All the green tags, man. It was so nice seeing green tags. If you want to be a green tag cool, join the C3 super fans. There's $1.99 a month. Gets you the emoji, gets you loyalty. And look, I mean, we're not in the business of trying to make, like, look, we've been doing this when we didn't make $1.
This has been almost 10 years in the making, right?
10 years. This is our 10th season, bro.
The fact that this is starting to allow, like, I know that
we bought Cody a mic.
Yeah. Like, I know that there is a, in some content creators' mind, their audience feels almost betrayed when they start making money as the content creator, that is. And I can tell you this, for the majority, for like almost an entire decade, this podcast wasn't like a money maker, right?
It doesn't even make money now. We bought Cody a mic. That's what we did.
That's right.
So I bought this. Look.
So when we really tell you that we appreciate it, it's incredible. It's honest that we do, because like it's at this point in time, like we hadn't experienced it, right? And so, you guys have, many of you have been here for many years, and we appreciate that. And it looks like us talking about it has gotten
you
Trey
get the golden pipes. Hold on.
Trey Burnett has decided to hit that join button. He heard us talking about the incredible amount of support that we've gotten from you, other C3 super fans, the people who have donated money through super chats and super stickers and however else, Cash Apps and PayPal.
Which nobody does that, but
he hit that join button. Welcome in, Trey Burnett, to the C3 Super Fan Club.
Incredible, man. He's like, I want that green tag. You know what you can do? You can put the Cody last name. Cody gets mad at me. Look, first, Cody says the wildest shit. I think he says, but I do not have a filter. And don't tell my job that. When I come on here, I'm Tony. When I go to work, I'm Anthony. Like, I wear 2 different hats. But I put this I don't even know why we did it, but I put this ball gag emoji as like one of the things and Cody messages me. He goes, should we put that up there? I was like, man, you say all kinds of wild ass shit and you're worried about this ball gag emoji. So Trey Burnett, right? You get the ball gag emoji. You get the ice up sun emoji. You get a couple emojis. And then look at these cats.
I know.
Dr. Rosen.
I know.
Hit them up. You let the pipes go. This is what we got you on the show for.
Dr. Rosen, you hit
I love
that. You've hit that super chat button. You've donated $9.99 to the C3 podcast. Not only did you donate $9.99, Panther Gal 73 donated $5 with a super sticker. And not to be outdone, Fade to X decided to give $5. Guess we're here. LOL. I appreciate all of you guys. Again, seriously, guys, you don't have to feel obligated. It's not a part of, like, we didn't mean to talk about this to get you guys to give that money. I promise you. It's to appreciate anybody who's been willing to. And anybody who's not able to. I absolutely want you to understand, every single one of you being here is enough. Hitting that like button is enough, right? We do not expect monetary gain from anybody who cannot afford it, or anybody in general.
We're giving it back, CK. I want to tell you guys, we're close to 5,000 subscribers. When we hit 5,300 subscribers, well, we got other giveaways we're doing, like, in the background, and not giveaways. We just want to remind you guys that, look, Cody Lashney gets mad at me because the podcast goes on. He doesn't ever tell me this. My little brother never tells me this to my face. But our podcast goes on, just like tonight, a ridiculously long time. And he goes, Tony, it's because of you. And it's true, because all I want to do is just hang out with like my 5 friends in the chat. I've got y'all in the chat. But here's the thing. We are going to be giving away a Brian Burns jersey when we hit 5,300 subscribers. I'm not telling a lot of people about it yet. But CK, we need your pipes a couple more times. First of all, patron saint. I mean, like, we got to go worship at the altar of Michael Davis. I mean, my mother is Catholic. I'm gonna have her saying rosaries for you, brother. CK, use your pipes.
All right, let's see. What do we got here?
We got. Do I need to like star?
Michael Davis, you've hit that super chat button again. You said here's $35 more. We want you to have this. We need you to have this money. That's what Michael Davis said. He said, "I'll just leave this here."
Like it's some just something you put under
Pick
a,
it up.
under
Like
a
if we're
mat.
playing Call of Duty
Right.
and you find that little loot box or the little gold thing.
Right. I do have to do one more thing.
Oh, there's
Out of-
Panther Gal. There's. Oh,
Well, no.
did we get
The
everybody?
people that have joined that have not been live when they've joined.
Oh, that's a good one.
The real AP. You hit that join button, I don't know how long ago, but I know you hit it because your name is green, and I know I haven't shouted you out. So here is your shout out. Thank you so much for hitting that join button. Welcome, and continue to be welcome in the C3 Superfan Club.
Incredible.
CK out.
Incredible. First, again, thank you guys. We don't ask for it, but we appreciate it. But what we want you to do is this: hit the subscribe, hit the like, tell a friend about the show, comment in the comments. Like, the more comments we get after the show is over, and then look, we're putting out shorts, we're putting out short form content. Look, the smallest thing you can do, and C-Dog tells you this all the time, is just hit the like, bro.
Mhm.
Like, these small things. And I tell you, every time I see a content creator for really a lot of things, but Carolina period, even when they're in the same genre, I don't care. Like, and I'm always surprised when content creators see us as like, not us, but like, we're in this together.
Yeah.
Rising tide lifts all boats. And I promise you, folks, we had Joe Person on tonight on from the Athletic, and I wanted to, and maybe I'm not trying to guilt him, but I'm like saying this is like, we got a long 7 months together, bro.
Yeah.
Like, we need to lock arms and just be friends and talk. Look, I mean, like, what else are we gonna do? So
Right,
lock
yeah, we
arms
got to.
with us and be part of our family and our
Yeah.
community. That's all we want to build as a community. CK, you are an organic member of it. How about that? Is that not the coolest part about it?
Yeah, I mean it's funny to think back to when basically it started out. For anybody interested, I know we got to get out of here, but we normally this goes over an hour and a half, and
I don't care, man.
I shortened
I will go.
I shortened the quarters down
stay
to
up
8
till
minutes.
tomorrow.
Yeah, I shortened the quarters down to 8 minutes, so this is still under the hour and a half, so we're good. So for those interested to know the story, it started out with me sending Tony a clip of my voice saying, if you ever need me to do an intro or anything like that. And that's how it literally got started. He was like, yeah, for sure. And then we went to a few games that year together when he got to see David Tepper and take a picture with David Tepper. And we went over to Cody's house to do the show. Nova Black joined us one time for that show. And so it's when he says organic, he means it 100%. My first show was Greg's first show as well. So me and Greg,
And you were listening to me, or not me, but to us, like in Virginia, in your car on the way home from work.
Yeah.
This is the whole thing I want you guys to know. I'm not talking to you guys. I'm talking with you. Like, I don't want you to ever think that I'm telling you what to think. Like, it's not a pontification, man. I am here. And the reason Cody gets mad, he's like, God damn it, Tony. Why do you keep this shit going? Because y'all are my real friends. When we hit the pandemic, CK, And so many people got mentally shook. I was like, I am built for this life.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, my wife was like this. Oh, I miss my friends. I was like, man, I'm about to go upstairs and hang out with my friends. I've been doing this. So look,
I've been preparing for this with my video games for years.
Perfect. I am here. I love you guys, and I think we're going to need each other more than ever. Or at least in this 10 years that I've been doing. We didn't do this podcast in that 2010 season. So this is going to be a testament of our resolve right now. We're going to need you guys. And thank you again for the financial contributions. I so appreciate that. But I most appreciate your time and your energy and your just friendship. That's it. And we're going to need it because, look, we got like 7 more games. We got 7. We're going to do this every week, everything. I'm telling you, think about how tough this is going to be in week 16. Or maybe not tough. It's actually easy when I get to hang out with y'all. Like, I have more fun tonight. It's Wednesday night.
Yeah.
And I have more fun than going to the bar. Come on. Let's go. Love you, CK. Love all these people in the chat. My name's Tony Dunn. You can follow me on Twitter for now. Think about that. For now. The paywall, is it coming? Do we stay on Twitter, CK?
Oh yeah, I'm staying. Well, I don't know if the paywall itself is coming. Like
It's $8. Is that
I don't know that I would.
We're
say
gonna
that,
pay for the algorithm.
You know, I don't know. I paid for it. Like I just paid for it to see my check mark beside my name. I'm the first C3 member verified, guys.
I know, that's awesome. You verified C3.
I verified C3, guys. But yeah, so you're gonna find us a couple things.
Look, Real P said, "Spend that $8." All right, you're right. In fact, you know what? Michael Davis has already funded my blue check for the
year.
I'm getting it. Michael Davis, if you follow me on Twitter, if you already do, I'm getting the blue check on you. All right. CK, let's get the hell out of here.
Let's do it. Hey guys, I appreciate it.
That's it. Love you guys. C3 Panthers. Tomorrow night, post-game show. Don't forget we had the beat check with Joe Person. Go support the Athletic. Those small things you can do. We need to get Joe back. Like also, we are. Yep, hit him up.
Hit him up. Go and subscribe to the Athletic if you guys are interested in reading articles, not even just about the NFL, but about any sport. The Athletic has the wide array of those things, and they're probably doing it better than many other internet news organizations that exist out there. They've really captured a market that I think has been missing amongst a lot of people. So go check that out. But also for the bye week, just to plant this out there for you guys again. We talked about it on Tuesday. We're going to be having a charity event for the Bozeman's Foundation. And we're going to basically and we're going to turn off donations. We're going to have a link so you guys can go and donate to that. We're hoping that they're going to send us a video explaining what they do, why you should donate, and provide maybe
we're
a little
doing
more
it regardless, right?
Yeah.
We're doing all this. We're going to find every bye week from now on. We're going to find one Panther player who has started charity, and we're just going to support it for that week. So this week we're starting with a fan favorite, a newcomer, the Bosemans, and his wife is a superstar. She's pregnant. She runs the joint, bro. She's like a social media superstar. I do want to point out to this, the real AP says post or fourth quarter. We're going to start in the fourth quarter and carry on till the callers are served. Man, CK, thank you for your time, bro.
Yeah, man. I appreciate you.
And you know what? Your wife's got a baby in the belly.
Yeah.
We're praying for healthiness.
Yeah.
We're praying for happiness.
Oh, yeah.
And we're praying that tomorrow night brings in makes you consider bringing A baby M worthy enough to we're not worthy. A helmet worthy enough for your baby. We need this black on black to work. If
I
it
know.
doesn't work, I'm so nervous. If we lose, I'm like, oh, I gotta stick with my. Anyway, let's get the hell out of here.
Hell yeah.
My name's Tony Dunn. That's CK. This is the Panther simulation. My kids are looking at me saying, please, Dad, we got no school tomorrow. Come hang out with me. You come hang out with us tomorrow night after the game. Let's get out of here. That's it. I don't even know. I need Cody here to do this part.
Just hit the end.
Yeah, thank you. Just hit